Hi, this is Cousin Russ. One of the members of a class that I teach wanted me to um, demonstrate how to get information from a website into Family Tree Maker. And I thought I would not use Ancestry.com, but I'm going to use a web merge feature using Find a Grave as the website, the source of the data that I want to bring in to Family Tree Maker. So let me go over to Family Tree Maker, and this is the Family Tree Maker 2014 Plan Workspace. This is where I normally start. I've been working on a group of people who have uh, hints for, I've had hints from Ancestry.com that says there's something um, on the Find a Grave website. So what I want to do now is to demonstrate how I will get data from Find a Grave into Family Tree Maker, and it is going to be for uh, this person right here, and his name is Curry Jim, and he's in. This is the People Workspace Tree View. And this is the only way we can get into this very cleanly, but I'm going to do a web search for this person right here. Yes, he's got shaky leaves. I'm not dealing with the shaky leaves right now. I'm going to go over to the web search workspace, and there's already some work that I was doing earlier, so I just clicked on New Search. Now in another window, and I'm going to bring it over here, is the Find a Grave website for that person. This is from Find a Grave. It's for this person. And I want to get this data into my uh, Family Tree Maker file. What I'm going to do here is copy the URL for that website, and I'm going to move that out of the way. And what I'm going to do in Family Tree Maker in the web search workspace, I'm going to paste that URL. So I now have that Find a Grave page inside Family Tree Maker. Now, the way I'm going to do this is going to be using the web clipper feature in Family Tree Maker. And that's by clicking on these scissors right down here. And you'll see that when it's active, it has changed orange. You may not be able to see that very clearly, but it's right here and it is orange. What that's going to let me do is highlight text that is in the screen, and it's going to let me put that data into fields in Family Tree Maker, the facts in Family Tree Maker. I'm going to highlight the name. And as soon as I let go of the mouse, it brings me up, well, where do you want me to put this? I want to put the name into the names fact. And down here, you can't read it, but it's right down here. It says name fact and the person's name, just as it appears here. And that's exactly what I want to have happen because I want exactly what's on my screen in my database. So I'm going down here to the date. I highlighted it, and that's the birth date. I just click birth fact and date, and I'm going to click the death date and death date. Now, there's another piece of information that I want to pick up off of this website. I want to pick up the Find a Grave memorial number. I have a fact called Find a Grave, so I'm going to copy that number and Find a Grave memorial. That's the number that I want, and that number goes into the description field. And there it's down here at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which you can't see very well, but it's there. And the other thing that I want to capture off of this screen is the burial fact. So I selected the data, not the fact name, but the data there, the place name, and it did not show up with the facts. That's because, well, I don't know why, but it happens every once in a while where that insert did not come up, and now it did. Now this is a burial fact. Burial fact's not listed here, right? So I'm going to click other and say this is a place name. And then it brings up, okay, what fact does that place name go to? And it's burial fact. And I click OK. Now it's down here at the bottom right-hand corner. There's something wrong with the way it's brought into Family Tree Maker, but I'm going to fix it right now. There's a little pencil icon in the lower right-hand corner. I'm going to click on the pencil. What that is the pencil is, well, edit. What I need to do is put a comma after the cemetery name, a comma after the town name, and a comma after the county name. Now I could do this otherwise. I could fix it inside Family Tree Maker, but I've been working with Find a Grave Facts for a couple hours, so I know how it's done and I know what it's looking for, and I found it easier to go ahead and fix it right here and now. So I'm going to click OK. Now I'm ready to go into Family Tree Maker. It's in there. Now I need to merge it. What I need to do is unclick the web clipper icon because I want to copy this data not on the web clipper, but on my clipboard in my Windows clipboard. So I just hit Control C. So this data is now in my clipboard in Windows. Now I'm ready to merge the data. So I click Merge. You notice that it's already come up with information that's in Family Tree Maker for this person. And now I have some choices to make. The name is the same. It's going to discard the name because it's exactly the same. So it'll discard the name, but it will bring in the citation. The next thing is the dates. Now, the date that I had before says about 1878. On the Find a Grave Memorial, it gave me the full date, not a place, but the full date. So I'm going to make that preferred and keep this about date as alternate. That's the way I want it. I'm going to do the same thing for the death date. I have the complete date, and it's about 1962 already in my database. These two items are new to the database, so they are by default preferred. And now I'm going to click next. It's giving me a preview of what's going to be brought in, and I click merge now. And that data is now in Family Tree Maker. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do once it's in Family Tree Maker is fix the citation. The citation is not the way I want it. I'm going to close that and go to the Sources Workspace. I happen to know that this is going to end up into a source group called Online Resources. I know that's where it is, and there it is right here. The data, the citation, the links that were brought in are here. I am going to paste what was on my clipboard. Now, if you're not using the template format for sources, you don't need to do these next steps, but I do because I want my citations to be in evidence explained format. So I'm going to click at return, and the next return, and I'm going to click space, colon, accessed 02 May 2016. So I'm going to use that again in a few minutes, but I put that there so I know the date because I may have to use that information again later on, the way Family Tree Maker handles the template. So I may need that again in the future. But before I go further, I want to clean this up a little bit before I bring it into the template format. Right now, it's not. It's in the default free form citation, and I don't want it that way. I just unclicked the citation text checkbox, and I just unchecked the witness web address. Now, I like to have this web address here because I click on this globe, it'll open up a browser back to the web page that I just brought in to Family Tree Maker. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what was brought in to when I did that copy to the clipboard. I want that find a grave memorial number part of the citation. So I'm going to replace what Ancestry gave to me. I'm going to highlight that text and click Control V. I want the person's name and the birth and death years. I want that. And I want the find a grave memorial number in the citation. You'll see this lower right-hand box changed. That's still not in the template format. What is important now is I created a template, a source by the creator of the website of the memorial. I already have it in my database. If I didn't, I would click add, and I would click new, and then I click CEM and select the online database cemetery derivative. That's the template that I'm going to use. I'm not going to set that up. I will show it to you in a minute. I'm not going to set that up because I already have one for this contributor. So I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to cancel. Then this pull down arrow where it says online resource, I'm going to pull that. This is all the resource templates that I have. And I'm going to go down to, or go up to the person's name, which is Tony. It's right there. You can see that I already have 13 citations brought into Family Tree Maker from that creator of memorial pages on Find a Grave. Now, I mentioned a few minutes ago about this date. In order for this to be this citation, this is pretty close to evidence explained format right now, but what I don't have is the date that I accessed it in the template. So I just come down here, put the cursor to the right of the close parentheses, and I bring the cursor just after the word com, as in findagrave.com, and I hit paste. That adds this space, colon, space, accessed after findagrave.com, space, access 02 May 2016, close parentheses. Now my citation is the way I want it. So I got my citation done, and here is the facts that were added when I did the merge. And the next thing I'm going to do is click on the Find a Grave fact and double click it. That's going to take me back to that person's page. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is go back to this website, the Find a Grave website, which is in the web search, and I am going to highlight the person's name down to the end of the memorial number. That's going to copy all the text in the transcription, and I'm going to hit Control C. So all that text is now on my clipboard. I'm going back to the people workspace, and in the Find a Grave memorial, the Find a Grave fact with the memorial number, I'm going to go over here and click Notes. Notes are a place where I can keep notes, and I want to paste the transcription into the transcription into the facts note. And I'm going to clean that up a little bit because I don't need all of the stuff that came in from the when I pasted it. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit just so that it shows the birth date or the birth fact the death fact, and there's a couple of spaces in here, and I'm gonna leave the calculated relationship. It's an asterisk and calculated relationship because somebody else coming along behind me may not know what that is, and everything else is what was on the Find a Grave in the here. Let me just show you. Everything that is in the comments are right here from this page right here. Everything's on this screen are now in the Find a Grave fact notes. So it's a transcription of what I saw at the time, and I'm going to close that. So now I'm ready to take all of the other information that was on that page. But the first thing I'm going to do is this is my research log, which is notes and the first icon. This is the research log. You can see that I did one yesterday, and I'm going to do the research log again today. And all I'm doing is saying here is on today, I did a second, I found this person a second time. There are 2 citations here, the one that I did earlier and the one that I just added. So I found, this is my research log again. The first citation is here, the second citation is here, and all of the data here is done for this person. Now, back in on the website, there's just an indication of a spouse and a child. So but I want to capture that and put that data onto their profile page in the People Workspace. So the spouse was Clara. Now I already have Clara in with her birth surname, but that's not how it was on the website. You see the website, it's got her married name there. So I want to put a citation with her married name. Remember on the clipboard I had, let me just go back and show you, that's him. I have the fact, and I have selected the citation, and the second icon says copy source citation. I click that. So that's on my Family Tree Maker clipboard. I'm going to go over to Clara, the name as it appears on the website, and I'm going to click new with the down arrow and paste link citation. So now there's another citation with her name that I just got from the website, and I'm going to put a research log entry, and the screen just gave her birth year and death year. So I'm going to back to her, and I already have the same dates, and I'm pasting the citation on the birth and death year. So she is done, and they have a child. Let me show you on the Find a Grave website. That is the child. So I'm going to go to People Workspace and the child, and there he is, and I'm going to paste citation for his name, the year of his birth and the year of his death, and I am going to put my research log. So I just updated 3 persons profile from that Find a Grave website. I got all the data that's on that website. Now, you'll notice that I did not include the image with that. I don't, because I don't want to have to go after permission to put that picture in my database. If I put it online, I don't want to have to get permission to put that picture online. So I'm just going to leave it on the Find a Grave website if I need it. I do know that anytime you'll notice that I went back to the sources workspace for the citation for Jim Jim Wilcox, that I added some more facts as I selected it. I showed you his wife and his son have all got new citations onto the data that I already have. So that is how I do a web merge using the data from the Find a Grave website and bring it into Family Tree Maker, and without having to type too much at all. And I didn't take too long to do it. I've took me longer because I was talking about it. So anyway, that's how I handle Find a Grave merges using Family Tree Maker 2014. If you have any questions, leave a comment on my blog post or in the Cuts and Rust community. Thank you and have a great day.